Wallin just getting off that high stool. I was keeping my eye on him in the corner in between rounds there as you were talking, and you look at his face and it is marked up. There's some blood coming from the mouth, a little bit from the bridge of the nose, but that's old scar tissue, I think, and a little nick below the right eye. And this is a hard business when you look at the face of a fighter 4 rounds in, when he's done nothing really to encourage him. Big right hand there from Joshua. It was half blocked, but he really felt it. He's looking for that right hand to the body, and Joshua just looking to try and turn the screw to raise that temperature and really put those punches together in 2s and 3s. Otto Wallin is in trouble here, and I don't think it's going to be too long, maybe, before we see Joshua really just let them go, because every time he lands now, Wallin is being shook.
Yeah, Joshua's turned the screw here. He's really loading up with that right hand. He's landed a couple flush on Otto Wallin, and you can see his legs are starting to look a little bit shaky. Joshua's getting to him here.
Just over a minute gone in round 5, and this has been methodical, it's been clinical, it's been precise. It has been everything really that we wanted to see, and he is breaking his man down bit by bit, breaking him mentally and physically. Wallin is hanging in there. That's all he can really do at the minute. Just needs to try and stay in the fight and hope that somehow he can change things. But Joshua there, just with a little dip of the knees, again, just changes that height, drops his height, and that right hand, rather than going for the head, just goes spearing into the stomach of Otto Wallin.
Yeah, nice, relaxed look about Anthony Joshua.
Big left hand there from Joshua. The left hook off the back of the right hand. Wallin backed up to the ropes. He's in trouble here, Wallin. He's trying to tuck up. A minute remaining in round 5. Joshua is on the hunt. He's stalking, hunting his prey, looking to let that right hand go. The features of Wallin now really just showing the scars of battle. Lovely jab there from Joshua. Snaps it in as he almost swaggers across the ring. And Otto Wallin, he's got him squarely in his sights, and he's looking to let the trigger go. Pull that trigger every single time that he can. Back on the jab here, Joshua, looking for another big right hand. He's got such a nice rhythm, such a nice beat to his work at the moment. And Wallin, well, he's going to get out of this round by the look of it, but you only need to see his face to know that things are getting very hot in there for him. Tail end of round 5, Joshua goes down to the body. He's not being too greedy here. He knows he doesn't need the finish in this round. He knows that he is setting his man up for the finish. If it doesn't come now, it's coming in the next round. A big shot into the body there. Wallin felt that. Let's get into the Otto Wallin corner as Joey Gamache comes through the ropes. He knows that his man is really struggling.
This is it. This is it. Yeah, I do. This is it, Otto. It's over, let it go.
I think Joey Gamache is going to stop the fight. I think he's going to stop the fight. Joey Gamache has stopped the fight. He's alerting referee Steve Gray to the fact that this man cannot go on. We went into the corner at exactly the right time there, because you heard Joey say, it's over. He looked at his man, he wasn't asking him, he was telling him. And that's a good stoppage by the corner, because all of the weight in Otto Wallin there was a knockout. He was going to get mercilessly chinned. His trainer knew it, and he stopped it happening.
Absolutely, that was a perfect stoppage there by Joey Gamache in that corner. Otto Wallin, the fight had been punched out of him. That was a beat down there in that 5th round. Joshua tactically had it spot on. There was a real spite around Anthony Joshua's work tonight. He went in there and he's proved the doubters wrong. The people that doubted him said the fight has lost Joshua. You know, that fire in the belly has gone. Well, guess what? There he's just established himself as one of the top, if not the top heavyweight in the world again. He's just been a good fighter in Otto Wallin there, a fighter who's coming off a good win against Murat Gassiev, and he's done the job in scintillating fashion. Well done, Anthony Joshua, and that sets up the big fights.
Well, that was a terrific performance, because Otto Wallin was full of confidence. He had some credentials. We're not claiming that this is the best win of Anthony Joshua's career, but at the same time, in the context of where he is in his career now, tonight was a massive night. If he'd slipped up tonight, if he'd lost, then it would have been a hell of a long way back if he turned in another lukewarm performance, and people would have had so many questions. But what we wanted to see was him commit and punch with authority and punch with spite and break his man down and show him the gulf between them in levels, and he did all of those things. And as I said just now, I applaud the corner there. I applaud Joey Gamache, a very experienced guy, because he knew that his man was done, because Anthony Joshua broke him down. He took him to school, quite honestly.
Totally agree. You know, there's people out there saying, you know, they want to see the Anthony Joshua of old, but guess what? You've just seen the Anthony Joshua of old, but with more experience, timing, knowing when to deliver, knowing when to step on the gas, knowing when to take it off. That was the best Joshua I've seen for a long, long time, if not ever. He's just been a good fighter there, but it's the way that he's done it. He controlled the space, he set up the shots with the jab, drilled in the right hand, finished on the left hook. Perfect stuff against the southpaw. Otto Wallin's a very difficult southpaw to box. Joshua made that look easy. Slowly, systematically, took him apart. Top performance from Anthony Joshua.
He's just standing on the near side here, raising his fist aloft, celebrating with the boxing fans of Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It's a rather forlorn-looking Otto Wallin, who's just putting a T-shirt on over in the blue corner. He prepared well, he came here full of belief, and correctly so. He came into this off the back of a big win, and people have been asking questions of Joshua, of his mentality, of his mindset, as he just hugs his father there, Anthony, in the ring away to our left-hand side. But it was a painful night for Otto Wallin. He was reminded by Joshua of why he has been a two-time unified heavyweight champion of the world, and now he can kick on, and we can see what the future will hold for him. Maybe it'll be Joseph Parker, another fight with Parker after Parker so comprehensively defeated Deontay Wilder. All he knew coming into this week, Anthony Joshua, was that he had to win, and ideally he needed to look good, and he has upheld his end of the bargain.
Absolutely. Listen, Andy, it weren't just about winning for Anthony Joshua. So I think he's past that stage in his career. You know, he's always got them people out there looking to criticise. Oh, you know, he was playing it safe. You know, he wasn't committing himself, wasn't stepping in with the right hands. The killer instinct's gone. All that sort of stuff we hear. Well, guess what? He's just, you know, he's just established himself as one of the best heavyweights out there again with that sort of performance. I mean, we've got Alexander Usyk, Tyson Fury going February the 17th out here in Saudi Arabia. The winner against Anthony Joshua. I see Joshua actually going in against Joseph Parker again. Why he waits for that fight to happen. I see that happening on March the 9th.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. We will have to wait and see. But it was a methodical beatdown, is what it was.
It was clinical, spiteful. That's the very bad. You said it so rightly, Spence. Spenny boy. He was back to his very best with a load of experience, and that is the best.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Joshua we've ever
Otto
seen.
Wallin's corner informed referee Steve Gray that he was unable to continue. The official time comes for a TKO victory at the end of 5 rounds. The winner by technical knockout, he is AJ Anthony Joshua.
Wow, Anthony Joshua looking the best that he's looked for a very, very, very long time. Whatever he and Ben Davison are doing, it must continue. This is the team for me, and hopefully this propels him into a big, big 2024. Johnny Fisher in the studio with me back here in London. What did you think of it, mate?
Very clinical. Not even expanding his shot range into 3s and 4s. We was talking about that. It was just systematically breaking it down with the 1-2. The odd hook came in there, but systematic breakdown.
A lot of spite though on the shots. In the past, Like in the Helenius fight, I remember seeing his feet do the work, getting into range, then he didn't let his hands go, and it took a little bit of time for him to get going. He was getting going right from the start here, and he was putting some sting on the end of them shots.
Yeah, definitely decisive, and as Spencer and Gareth were alluding to, just a little bit of the Joshua of old, not reckless, a little bit more seasoned as you'd expect as a guy 10 years into his career. So yeah, he's lining up them big fights now, whether that's Parker or the winner of Fury and Usyk.
Spence, if I can bring you back in, mate. Obviously the performance tonight from Anthony Joshua, it was a potential banana skin against Otto Wallin. We saw Deontay Wilder trip up in his fight with Joseph Parker. I don't think anybody's going to be too upset if they decide to match Anthony Joshua with Joseph Parker in the interim, but it's kind of now looking like that he's going to go in the direction of Filip Hrgović, isn't he, with the IBF route? Is that what he wants to do? You know him well.
Absolutely. Listen, that is something that could well happen. I mean, with Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk getting it on for the undisputed titles on February the 17th. Once that fight is over, then obviously those titles will all split up then, and they'll all go because they can't do the mandates on those titles. So I think the IBF will become vacant straight away. Anthony Joshua and Filip Hrgović. Hrgović is number 1, Joshua number 2. They could fight for the vacant title. That's where it'll probably go now.
Listen, I know that you know him very, very well, Spence. As this fight was starting to play out, it's quite obvious that Ben Davison and the team that he's been working with in this particular camp have made some serious adjustments and some additions to Anthony Joshua's game. It seemed to work, is what I'm saying. I personally, now looking at that, wouldn't change it. Keep it as it is. Keep working with this particular team. I know that he's got the lure of Derek James to work with as well, but this to me seems to be the team that he should be working with going forward.
Mate, if it's not broke, don't fix it, like why go over the other side of the pond, train with someone like Derek James, which I get it, he's got a great gym there with Errol Spence, etc. in that gym, and champions success, breeds success and all that, and champions feed off each other. But look, Ben Davison has proved there, that's a career best performance for me from Anthony Joshua. He went in there, and guess why it was so good.
When you say career best, do you mean like like in the, I don't know, the last couple of years? Because against Klitschko, it was fantastic, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, what I mean by career best performances, there was a lot of pressure on Anthony Joshua's shoulders going into that, with the critics, people saying that he's finished, fire in his belly's gone. You've got to remember, he's a 2-time world heavyweight champion. He's earned a hell of a lot of money, in the course of that. But the passion and the fire and the desire still burns within Anthony Joshua, and he's got that added pressure of people criticising him, saying that he's not got the ability to go on and win this world title. And as we saw there, with all that pressure on his shoulders, he went out there and he actually delivered. But what we saw there was a few minor adjustments makes a huge difference, right? So he had confidence, he had belief in himself, and I think that's down to, teaming up with Ben Davison and having a game plan. That's what it is, having a game plan, and knowing that if something's not working, you can adjust, have that adaptability and do something else. And I think the first thing that caught my eye with Anthony Joshua was Otto Wallin come out in that southpaw style. Now, when you box a southpaw, not many people know this, not many people know how to do this, but when a southpaw throws his jab, you catch the jab with your own left hand and counter it with the jab. That's not an easy thing to do. Joshua done that straight away, and that takes the play away from a southpaw. So straight away now, Wallin's thinking, whoa, hold on a minute, you've started controlling the space. Joshua had his front foot on the outside of Wallin's front foot. So all these little things make a huge difference and put you in the driving seat. Johnny Fisher, who's in the studio with you, will understand exactly what I'm talking about there. Minor adjustments at this little sort of level, elite level, make a huge difference. That's the difference between winning, losing, looking good and looking bad.
I agree, I 100% agree. Can I just say though, listen, there's a great performance by AJ, obviously it's a good partnership there with Ben Davison, but they would probably agree with me, he's expected to win that. We expected him to come through that win with Wallin. So it's a great win, but we shouldn't get carried away. I thought he was going to win that the whole way through, but
in that manner? Did you?
Yeah, I thought he'd
in that aggressive manner from the start.
I'm impressed with the spitefulness of it. But yeah, go on, Spence.
Yeah, but John, that's what I think. That's what I think. It's like, yes, Anthony Joshua was expected to win. We all expected him to win, but we're looking at how he wins.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to win that fight on points, if I'm totally honest. Otto Wallin's an awkward guy who's carried that amateur style through to the pro ranks, and he can do it from round 1 to round 12. You know, but Joshua closed the space, you know, adjusted, you know, hit the, you know, countering with the jabs, coming through, driving in the right hands. Like, you're looking at all those little things and you're going, that's a good performance. That.
And that's a bit of them elements of what we've known before from Joshua and what we've seen before. That's the beauty of it.
It was unexpected.
Yeah.
That's right, John. It was unexpected. Like when he's drilling that right hand to the body, Joshua never had the confidence to throw the left hook to the head and then the right hand again. Do you know what I mean?
I thought the left hook was brilliant. I thought that was brilliant. That's the shot.
That again. He's rediscovered it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He's just addressing the crowd at the moment. They're obviously loving him in Saudi Arabia. I think he's going to be back out there sometime soon as the crowd are giving him a bit of a reception. Gareth Davis is out and about with his microphone right now, and hopefully he's going to get an interview with Anthony Joshua. It would be great to hear from him. And Spencer's right, he has had to deal with a lot of pressure. We do critique him because he's an elite guy. He's a guy that has been a 2-time unified heavyweight world champion, and we want, obviously, to see him in the very, very best fights. When he matched up against Franklin, when he matched up against Elenius, it was definitely a step back from what we've been used to seeing Anthony Joshua. Even tonight, it's a step back from what we're used to seeing with Anthony Joshua. He did 12 consecutive championship fights back-to-back, didn't he? Well, tonight, he absolutely propels himself forward towards championship fight status. And if that IBF belt does come vacant, off the back of the undisputed championship fight between Fury and Usyk, him versus Ergovic is absolutely a great fight to make in the first half of next year, which then, and I'm getting carried away here, Johnny, I know there's a lot of money out there in Saudi Arabia, we might get the dream of Fury versus AJ. We just might get it.
That would be incredible, unbelievable. But as you said, Adam, Joshua's given us so many great nights. I think back to when I was a uni student watching. You had Joshua Parker, you had Joshua Povetkin, Takam. He's fought all the names out there. He's fought Usyk twice, and we have to cut him a little bit of slack. And tonight, he's shown what he's all about, and he's shown that he got that spitefulness back. Hopefully, as Spencer said, he showed a little bit of that with that right hand, the left hook coming off of it. I was impressed tonight, but I expected him to win, but probably not in that manner and that convincingly. Not what could have been a points one, but it's a good knockout, a good stoppage in the end.
Does set up a nice 2024.